What a game, what a series this has been. Welcome into Flippin Bats, presented by Perry Ellis Fragrances, where Game 5 just wrapped up and Justin got his first ever World Series win. I am on cloud 9 right now. This was an incredible game and an incredible night for my family, and a lot of emotions involved, but really a fantastic baseball game. From the very start, it was drama, it was jam-packed with action. And Alex, we certainly have a lot to talk about today.
Oh, yeah. And how lucky are baseball fans this World Series? We've really seen it all. From history being made by the Phillies, having a home run party, to the no-hitter last night, the Astros, through to your brother, one of the greatest pitchers in the game of baseball right now, finally having his moment, and Justin Verlander picked up his first World Series win.
He had his moment. It was so special, and one of the greatest moments of my life and my family was catching up with Justin after the game, immediately following his win, and it was just so special for me. And let's check it out now. Dude, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you. How awesome was tonight?
Just awesome. What a game. I mean, it was tough for me. Out of sync a little bit to begin with. But was able to make pitches when I needed to, was able to really kind of have the slider click for me, the off-speed stuff. Obviously early on realized that those guys were, after last night, I feel like their game plan totally changed, where they were like, let's try to get on top of the fastball. We know Justin throws a lot of them, and they were trying to get to the heater. So second time through the lineup, was able to go to the off-speed a little bit more. And thank goodness it was, the work I put in between last start and this one worked. The off-speed was there. My last start, the off-speed was horrible. This time it clicked. The slider was there, the curveball was there, and got some huge outs with those pitches. So it felt great.
How cool was it to get this win with Vivi a couple rows up in the stand?
I was looking for her when I came out of the game. I can't tell you, man. I had such an amazing morning with her. She was just herself and so amazing, and she doesn't care whether I freaking win this game or lose this game. She just, we just have all the love in the world, and it makes me realize what's important. And I can't tell you how many times I'm out there and I'm just like, whatever's meant to be is meant to be. And she's completely changed my perspective of things. And I know no matter what, I go home and I have this beautiful daughter that loves me. And I'm so glad that she was here tonight. I'm sure that she had a big part of me having this win tonight.
I love you, man. I'm so pumped for you. This is really special for me, man.
I love you too. Thank you.
It doesn't get much more special and incredible than that moment right there. Not only for your brother, but for you, your entire family, to be together, his daughter to be here, to share that moment. Can you put into words what you're feeling right now with the tears coming?
Happiness. He was crying at the end of that.
Yeah.
I was crying at the end of that. Just a special moment. To see Vivi in the stands, my whole family, to be here for work, to have Justin here. I think that's what kind of hit all of us,
Yeah.
A special night.
He has hit almost every single milestone throughout his career, and this was one of the last boxes I think he needed to check. You know him better than anybody else. What do you think he's going through now that he's probably had a moment to let it set in, the emotions and feeling that he's having right now?
Yeah, I think we felt it right there. Like the emotion that hits him. Obviously, he talked in depth about his stuff on the mound and how he had it tonight and not the first start. But then the second question about Vivi and talking about his daughter, I think it all hit him there. And I think that's why, we embraced, and he had tears coming out of his eyes. And for me, it's emotional. I mean, it's just a really cool night. It's really special. And I think it all hit him then. I think he was just wanting to get the win for a while, It, even down to that Chas McCormick catch in center field. We had no idea who was going to win this game. So I think it was pretty evident that all the emotions hit him right then and there. And what a special night.
What a night. What a year for Justin. And I know he's said it numerous times this year coming back after having Tommy John, and just what it's meant to have one of the best years of his career and have his daughter here and how that's really changed him. So it's so special to see for you guys.
Yeah, and to have our whole family was here. My mom, my dad, Kate, and my niece, and Kate's parents and brother. Like, everybody was here. And after the first start of the World Series, it was tough, It was tough for the family. Like, he's one of the greatest pitchers of all time, but it's just that one thing, there was that one thing that he didn't quite have, and it was a World Series win. And, he did his work. He got his stuff back, and to do it in front of everybody here on the road in this atmosphere, man, just truly a special night. And I was just, the punch in the face immediately from Kyle Schwarber, that home run, the second pitch of the game, to come back from that. And it was not easy. The first couple of innings was tough. And then he settled in and was vintage Justin for 2-3 full innings, was great. And his ability to do that and to get punched in the face after he knows the narrative, right? He knows what people were saying. He knows what everybody was yelling. To have that happen after his first start of this series, and then to not settle in, to not have his stuff for a little while, and to get into jams and to pitch out of it in the biggest situations. I was so impressed with his ability tonight to pitch out of things. That bases loaded strikeout to Rhys Hoskins. I mean, that was unbelievable to get out of the jam. And then just the rest of the game, so many jams it felt like.
Yeah.
And he pitched his way out of it. Schwarber came back up in a big spot, and he punched him out with a curveball. Just so many different moments from tonight. And then he settled in. And the rest is history. And once he settled in, you could see it. Something switched, and they weren't going to get a hit off of him. And you could feel it. And the bullpen was going in the second inning tonight. And you just thought, maybe is this gonna be the end of it? And then he buckled down and had a truly, truly unbelievable performance tonight under the circumstances. And I'm so proud of him, and couldn't be more excited for him.
Now, he talked about really putting in the work and making adjustments after his first start in this series. But you mentioned it as well. He got lit up right out of the gates, and he got into a lot of trouble but got out of it. What adjustments did you see him make to finally get settled into this game?
I actually felt like he had guys in the lineup tonight that he wasn't going to let beat him. There were a few guys, honestly. It looked like he was trying to be perfect against those guys, feeling a little bit better against maybe the next guy. So I know the walk total was a little bit higher, but honestly, I feel like, obviously he didn't want to walk those guys, but I feel like it was strategic. So yes, he gives up that home run, and that was extremely hard hit. And then the Castellanos at bat later, a little bit later in the game, that ended up being caught by Jeremy Pena. But his ability to get the outs when they mattered most, and it almost looked like he knew the guys he wanted to go after and the guys he wanted to be really, really careful with. And you could see it, and his ability, I keep saying this, but I was so impressed. Especially, we see it right here, this Harper double in the bottom of the fifth. He had one more batter, right? After that double, you got one more chance to earn yourself a win. You have to go 5 innings to get a win. He had that one last chance. The pitcher was ready in the bullpen, came up, Nick Castellanos up, who had just hit a laser earlier in the game, and that was his one chance. And he buckled down, and that was like an 8, 9, 10 pitch at bat, an incredible at bat back and forth. To get that pop up there after pitching so well for the last couple of innings just showed how dominant he was once he locked in tonight. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of the outing.
Now, we saw, as you mentioned, the bullpen starting to warm up as early as the second inning when he loaded the bases. But Dusty Baker decided to stick with your brother. Huge decision that paid dividends and was obviously the right decision. But after Justin came out, the embrace that he and Dusty had in the dugout just speaks volumes, I think, to what this moment meant for both of them.
Well, first off, Dusty Baker tonight had an absolutely incredible game, I thought. Dusty Baker was great. Like I said, Justin, in the second inning, got in that big trouble, and somebody was warming up in the bullpen. You're a hit away, a double away from being out of the game in the second. He stuck with him throughout that inning, got into a little bit of trouble after that, but started to look like he was figuring out the strikeouts and the swing and misses picked up, had a guy ready to go that inning, and then he just kept sitting those guys down and letting Justin go another and another. And he got through that fourth inning, and you look out into the bullpen, and there's no action out there.
Yeah.
And then he gets into the fifth inning, and after that double, somebody's up, somebody was ready to go, but he gave his guy. Justin was perhaps the best pitcher in baseball this year.
Yes.
And he trusted his guy. Despite the narrative, despite the numbers in the World Series, Dusty trusted his guy to go out there and to get that done in that situation. He got it done. Nick Castellanos, that at-bat was great, and I can't speak highly enough about Dusty Baker and the job that he did tonight, leaving him in. I thought was awesome. I really did.
Well, let's go. That was your brother for the again.